Hey guys, Troy Klongerbo here with US Golf TV. It's Players Championship time. So every May for us, we're up in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, it's when the temperatures start to warm up. You know, we're outside golfing, and the Masters is great, but very rarely are we outside golfing. But by the time the Players comes around, we're all golfing. So this is like a big time of year up here in the Northland for us. So the Players Championship is like that mark, that true mark of like summer being here. So we're gonna dive in. I've got some players here that if you guys are playing fantasy golf or DraftKings or whatever, got some guys I'm liking this week at TPC Sawgrass. And we'll talk about the course a little bit. We'll talk about what types of strengths you should be looking at, weaknesses of certain golfers. And we'll just dive right in right off the top. So my first contender I'm going to look at is the guy who most recently won the biggest major in golf. And he's been the most talked about guy in golf, Sergio Garcia. So Sergio Garcia, if you guys have been following his career or following golf, he is a horse for the course at TPC Sawgrass. So we know that it was his first big win on tour. He won in 2008. We also know that in 2014 and 2016, he had great starts. It's just a place where he can just let his ball striking completely take over. When he's striking the ball well, there's very few players in the world that are as good as Sergio, and this is a course that really highlights that, and it really gives him a chance to climb those leaderboards while guys are just falling around him. So Sergio Garcia, he's got a great record here. He's a guy that I'd look to contend given his form from Augusta. He's taken a few weeks off now. He should come back recharged. There might be a dip, but I think he's going to be a guy to go to this week. So look Sergio. The next guy I'm looking at is a guy who's also playing some hot golf, Kevin Chappell. So he just won in Texas. It was his first PGA Tour win, and he got the giant, ugly monkey off his back. He was probably considered, and now I can debate on this if you guys want to comment below, he was probably considered the best player on tour who hadn't yet won a tournament. But he finally got that monkey off his back. Huge for Kevin Chappell. And he's another one of those guys, when you're looking at ball strikers, he's just totally a fit for TPC Sawgrass. So I'm looking at Kevin, I'm looking at his game. The way he hit the ball at the Valero Texas Open that he won, he hit so many of these beautiful control fades. And he doesn't seem to be giving up any distance when he does it. And when he's on, a lot of guys on tour consider him to be one of the elite ball strikers. And the way he's playing in Texas, the way he's controlling his game, I do think he's going to parlay that into some success this week at the Players. So Kevin Chappell's another guy I'm looking at for sure. We're going to move a little bit into kind of the sleeper mold. He's not really a sleeper because he's so good, but Daniel Berger. He's a name that may not be on a lot of your guys' a lot of your competitors' radars, but he's a Florida native, so he knows that. He grew up in Florida. He played college golf at Florida. He still lives in Florida. So that whole Florida atmosphere for him, it's a hometown just right up the street for him at TPC Sawgrass. I think Daniel Berger's a great fit here, another one of those elite ball strikers. So we look at last year's leaderboard. Daniel Berger actually played great here. He finished inside the top 10. We're still waiting for that first big breakthrough event, and I could see Berger really being in contention late on Sunday here and being a nice fit for the top of the leaderboard here at TPC Sawgrass. I'm going to move back into one more contender, and then I've got a more off-the-chart sleeper. So that last contender I talked about is Justin Rose this week. We all know how well he played at Augusta. He probably should have won his first green jacket. He had Sergio on the ropes late, and we know the type of player he is, the pedigree he plays to, and he's really brought in that game to TPC Sawgrass every year. There's guys that are elite players that go to TPC Sawgrass, and that whole Pete Dye design just doesn't fit them, and they tend to struggle, and Justin Rose is not one of these guys. His ball striking really elevates him. He was a T4 in 2014. We look back to last year's leaderboard. He was inside the top 20, obviously playing great. I'm going to be looking at Justin Rose in a lot of my leagues and a lot of my formats. Let's go into a last guy, our sleeper. So this is kind of a guy that you may do some more research maybe before you plug him into all your rosters, but he's going to be a guy that's not super popularly picked, and it's a guy named Francesco Molinari, Italian. Now, Francesco Molinari, when you look at the statistics straight across the board, he's actually second in the PGA Tour in driving accuracy. And knowing where the course at TPC Sawgrass penalizes you so severely for missing the fairway, I think being in the fairway is hugely important. And Molinari is a guy that's there often. He's in the fairway often. So now we're looking back at what he's done here in the past. We look back in 2014, 2015, 2016, he's had 2 top 10s in there at this venue. Pair that with his ability to keep the ball in play, his consistency, his recent form. I'm actually liking him to play well. We were shooting this before the Wells Fargo. I'm actually thinking he's going to do well at the Wells Fargo too. But Francesco Molinari is a guy that not a lot of guys are going to look to, but I think could really play well this way at the TPC Sawgrass. So those are my picks, guys. I've got, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total guys for you. I hope that helps you out in your leagues. Comment at me below if you guys think there's any other players we should be looking at, any guys you guys think would be good, and I'd love to continue this dialogue down in the comments. But thanks for watching, guys. If you guys want more golf instruction, golf PGA Tour stuff, anything golf, subscribe to our channel. We're posting stuff, at least weekly with great content. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to comment below. And if you guys like the stuff you saw, go ahead and press like that. But also, I appreciate the dialogue and the debate too. So comment away, and we will see you guys next time.